The Word from the Third podcast is brought to you by Torfaen Voluntary Alliance. Hello, I'm Patrick Downs. Welcome to Word from the Third. We'll be taking a look at all the big stories and news from the third sector here in Torfaen. So, through our Youth Led Grants scheme, we fund many different organisations across Torfaen. On this edition, we catch up with some of those, bearing in mind these were recorded prior to the COVID-19 regulations. So, myself and Callum Jones went out and about across Cwmbran to talk with some of these organisations.
Cornish with Torfaen Family Play, at Cwmbran Family Play. So, how long ago was this set up, Dave?
Set up about 2 years ago. It was established after a need was identified with my partner and my daughter. They were stuck in the house, isolation, loneliness. My daughter wasn't playing with other children. So I looked around, there was no other clubs, anything for my kid, for my child or my partner to go to. So I set up a family play session on my own and working with other people. We managed to get a hall, equipment, and then volunteers such as young people to support the group. And it's just grown ever since then. That was 2 years ago, and now we're here, and it's great.
So, right, 2 years ago, where did it start?
It started in Crossy, in Woodland Road Social Centre. It was great, they were very helpful, but we outgrew that provision, so we moved to Torfaen Youth. We didn't get on with that provision, and then something happened, and all of a sudden we were given this stadium, and it's the best provision we've had so far. So
It's quite a large space, isn't it?
yes, there's plenty of space, so it's good for the kids, good for the parents, and the young people that volunteer here.
Talking about people who volunteer, we're going to be catching up with some of those a little bit later. How do people get kind of in touch to volunteer? What benefits do you think there are of volunteering for the play scheme?
Most of the volunteers that support our group are young people, and they come through various sources such as the play service, or they ask if they can volunteer through the group. And this massive, they all want to work with young people, children and families, especially younger children, and they're all looking to go to college, or they're just looking for a bit of experience first before they decide whether or not it's their career. And they learn so many skills. They're managing the project, they're getting on with it and meeting other people. It's a huge thing for them, and it's a great thing to have in Cwmbran.
How about the Torfaen Youth Led Grants? How has that been able to support this project further and sort of expand it a little?
It's been fundamental for the young people, for their training, for their development, for this provision as well, because we've moved to a more expensive venue, but it was needed, and without that funding, I don't know what we'd have done, and the young people themselves would have missed out as well. So it was fundamental, and it's given us a bit of time as well to look for more funding to secure the future of this group.
Do you plan to run some similar groups throughout the rest of Torfaen, or is there already similar groups?
There are some similar groups set across Torfaen, from Glenavon down to Thornhill. The other groups have been funded by other pots of money, and we are supported by play service as well, which is great. So we've got about 7 or 8 groups running at the moment since that 2 years ago when we first started.
Brilliant.
And now joining us is Faye. Now, tell us your role as part of all this.
Well, I bring my son to group. I sit with all the mothers and have a coffee, socialise, and my son, he's 3, and he comes around and plays with all the children and everything like that, and he plays with all the activities.
I think we talked about just a little while ago, there's 2 sides of it, I think, isn't it? It's for your young son and yourself, with a social element.
Yeah.
So do you enjoy coming along and chatting to the other mothers as well, and socialising?
Yeah. I've suffered with mental health problems in the past, and it's helped me, help my health issues, and gets me out the house. Do you know what I mean? So yeah.
This is a podcast from Torfaen Voluntary Alliance. So CCYP, Cwmbran Centre for Young People, is another scheme that we funded through the Youth Led Grants. We popped along to talk with some of the people there, and one person in particular who was actually on the panel for the Youth Led Grants.
My name is Cwmbran. I'm at CCYP today looking at the project we funded in the summer, and I'm from the Torfaen Youth Led Grants panel.
And how long have you been involved with Torfaen Youth Led?
I've been involved since summer 2019 and now currently.
So we're at CCYP today. This was a project obviously that you funded back in the summer. Visiting out here today, what are you seeing from the project? What kind of things are they getting involved with?
I'm seeing the money going towards the arts and crafts as they're doing the tie-dye, so I'm seeing all the traineeships doing that, and then we're seeing the food bank being done at the minute.
I know with the money that with the funding, they wanted to set up an area, sort of renovate an area that they had into a centre for the food bank. What are you seeing from that?
I've seen it's done at the minute. They put a fridge in there, you can see they've started to paint it, and they've started, as I'm a volunteer here, I've seen that they've taken out all the speakers and all like the irrelevant equipment out of there to make it into the food bank, so they are working on it at the minute.
You've been involved with the Youth Led Grants panel now for a little while. I think you've done, is it 2 or 3 rounds of applications? What are you getting out of that yourself? What kind of skills and experience is it providing for you?
I'm seeing all the different youth organisations and seeing what to offer in Torfaen and what I can get involved with as well.
This podcast is produced by TVA, Torfaen Voluntary Alliance.
My name's Gareth. I live in Cwmbran. I'm from here, and I come here after when I finished school, when I left school, because I had nothing to do, so I thought I'd just come here, do what I'm supposed to do.
Right. And how long have you been coming here and been involved with the projects and that?
Roughly, I've been on and off here. Like, I've been coming in and off, but now I've been here for a couple weeks.
And tell us a little bit about what you're doing here today with the different activities and that.
Right, basically the design, you've got to put a design on a bag for food bank. Basically, you're going to make your own design, and you can either use pennies for the details, or you can either use marbles. And one of the thing is, you have to, if you want to use a marble, you have to put it in, tying it, and then tighten it with a elastic band.
Right.
And then you have to dip it in the dye and then let it dry. And then as soon as it dries, you soon see the details on your bag, and then which looks.
So you're involved with like the arts and crafts kind of activities.
Yeah,
do you do anything with the food bank as well?
I used to unpack the food and used to put it in the bags for people to come in, and then they pick what they want. So what I used to do is put each food in each bag. Basically, every food I used to have here, you just put it in each bag.
So, and in the time that you have been coming here, what are you getting out of it for yourself? Are you
really? I am learning a lot from here. Like, I'm learning quite a lot. Like, too many things. Like, I've learned so much about cooking, tie-dye, social, enterprise, just other things.
Yeah. Is it giving you much sort of confidence and experience for as you sort of move on it in life?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, it's given me experience, but I want to that's the only reason I'm here, is because it's learning me. So the more I stay here, the more I learn, the more better confidence I can have to get a job.
My name is Jan Thurston. We are currently tie-dyeing bags for the food bank, and we are in CCYP.
How long have you been involved with this project, Yayan?
About 8 weeks.
Obviously, you've mentioned there about the tie-dyeing and that kind of thing. The arts and crafts projects, what others have you been involved with and projects here?
So on top of the arts and crafts stuff that we do quite a lot of, we've also been doing a lot of cooking, and we've also been doing a lot of employability stuff to help us get into work further down the line.
And I know that you mentioned there that you're making for the food bank. Are you involved with the food bank itself? Do you help out at that?
I'm not involved that much because I also do another course somewhere else to help with my English. So on the odd days I'm not here, that's normally when I do anything with the food bank.
In the time that you have been coming along here to CCYP, what are you getting out of it for yourself? Are you
mostly confidence and a lot of help with how CVs work and interviews and anything along those lines has been really helpful with.
Brilliant. And you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good fun. It's quite fun.
One of my bag designs is going to be called CCYP Food Bank. Right. Obviously, that was like the web, but I messed that up on accident. So what I'm thinking of doing is, because with my design, is I'm going to have a corner like that, and every corner of that I'm going to colour it in.
Have a colour in it, yeah.
Colour it in.
Yeah.
And then with that is, that will probably be like an orange, the letters, right. And then the background
I take
and
your
then
clothes off
it's
as well.
so let me have a look. Alright, my background's going to be pink, but I'm going to try to do it lightly, slightly, so I can see the actual
bright.
because it's not too bright, so you can see the words on the bag like myself.
This is a podcast from Torfaen Voluntary Alliance.
My name's Katie. We're here today doing tie-dyeing
And where are we?
in CCYP
And how long have you been involved with CCYP and the projects and activities?
since January.
What is it that we're doing here today with the arts and crafts? So you're making, at the moment, you're making tie-dye bags, is it?
Yeah, for the shopping, for the food bank.
For the shopping. And you were showing us earlier some of the soaps that you made.
Yeah.
How did you get involved with that? And what does that involve?
Just knowledge, and arts and crafts.
And in the time that you have been coming here to CCYP, what are you getting out of it for yourself? Are you sort of growing in confidence and
Yeah,
gaining
I'm getting
skills?
more confident. I'm starting to open up to people and starting to talk to many people now.
And what are you hoping to go on and sort of do? Are you hoping to get into sort of employment or?
Yeah, I want to become a full trained youth worker eventually.
Thanks to everybody that we spoke to on this podcast from CCYP and Cwmbran Play. I'm Patrick Downs. Thanks for checking us out. Catch you on the next edition. And don't forget, if you want to contact TVA, Torfaen Voluntary Alliance, for anything regarding the third sector here in Torfaen, get in touch regarding funding, volunteering, any kind of support or governance. info@tvawales.org.uk. You can also find us on social media on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter at TVA Torfaen. Or of course on the website, it's all there at www.tvawales.org.uk. This podcast is produced by TVA, Torfaen Voluntary Alliance.